Hello everybody, I'm just trying to get my camera a bit higher up off the ground because I've got this green screen I tried to pop on as a background because basically I've had too much of, yeah, it's not really going to happen, is it? I've had a lot, no, it's just making it slightly worse, it's probably a bit better now. Yeah, I've just had a lot of boxes in the background and it's just a bit kind of strange when there's just so much stuff everywhere. I kind of can't really... Well, I could maybe hook that bit over, but I need a stick to poke it with. Should we try that? Hello, welcome. Let's see who's in the house. Come say hello if you want to, but if not, that's fine. You can just happily listen in the background. No problem at all. It's just lovely to have you here. Just doing a bit of tidying in the office. And yeah, if you've come to my lives before from the office, the craft room, you'll see I do usually have something in the background and it's not so pretty, so let's see what we can do with this, shall we? Let's see. I can't really get over there. Yeah, I don't think I really should have even tried to do that. Do you think? I don't know. Shall I take it down? Leave it up? Either way, I don't know. But I am just sorting, tidying. I have got a tripod I could try. Hello, thanks for joining me. I'm going to try a little mount maybe. Because streaming on my phone doesn't seem sensible, but streaming on my iPad seems fine. But the thing is, I can only point the camera down if there's something there to support the weight, to let it tilt. Is that better? Don't think on mobile you can do that fancy background camera. I don't know if I can change it. Front camera. No, I don't think I can change any options mid-call. Hello, how are you doing? Myra, I'm here today. Bless you, Myra. Every time you popped in, you've gone straight out, I think. I don't know, or unless there's been a time delay on the chats. You ping a message and then I've come to check the comments and you've gone again. So it's good to catch you today. Thank you so much. How have you been? How's your week been? Thanks, guys, for coming in. Really appreciate it. It's Saturday, so I'm good. Had a bike ride yesterday. That was yesterday's live. Came in and did a quick 15-minute. Well, it wasn't 15 minutes. It was 20 odd in the end, which was nice. How are you guys? What's been new for you guys? It's a really nice sunny, well, it's sunny but cloudy afternoon outside. I'm just experimenting with this background. You know, I had a troll in the first live and it was like, oh, you've got the boxes, you're a hoarder. And I kind of thought, well, I can hide the background, but that's with my green screen and I'm not allowed to put holes in the roof because it won't hold, and same with the walls. I haven't got a plan to fix it yet. I've got no idea. This top's actually my grand's. She didn't wear it, so I think it's a better younger thingy. I've no idea what the lace pattern is at all, but thank you very much. Thank you. I didn't even know lace had a pattern, but actually, Myra, I did do lace making when I was a kid. I had this big pillow made of polystyrene with a velvet colour covering, and I used to have a pattern. I used to pin with needles to the top of the... Actually, this bracelet goes. This is one of my presents from my friends a few weeks ago. A sort of jasper, pink jasper crystal. And let me take my social media banner off so you can see. But thank you very much for that comment. So I used to make little bookmarks. So I used to lay the pattern on top of the lace making pillow and the bobbins would be attached with pins, and I would flick the bobbins across in different patterns, and it was really therapeutic, really good fun. I was about 11 when I did it. And I used to be able to make a really nice, made like a little snake bookmark and like a Christmas crisscross one. Made a candle once, and you've used like really jazzy glittery embroidery threads. Not quite embroidery threads, it's a bit different. The ones that come in the little reels. That was really good fun. And it, it's nice for Christmas. So yeah, that was quite interesting, but it's really, really dying art. So that's all I know about lace. Let me get back to the comments. Amy, hi, sweetie. I was going to comment back. I'm not very good at replying back. Oh, something popped up when I was on my phone at home to stop me replying. So I actually follow Captain Jack Scrapper anyway on his channel. It's a bit of a different channel. It's nice to watch, and he's done his sort of car stuff as well, hasn't he? Which is good. I like that kind of thing. But it's nicer, Amy, to dig deep into a bit more of how do you know people are into the law of attraction or synchronicity or the universe's vibrations until you kind of get to know them better. So it's nice to see we've got something in common apart from my YouTube as well. So really enjoyed that live. It was a long one, but it was worth the watch, and I'm fine now. How are you doing? Myra and Amy, do you guys know each other? Guten Tag, James. Wie geht's? Gut. I'm doing a bit of a. What do you think, guys, of the background? James and Myra, you've seen the old boxes. I just had to try and cover the boxes a little bit, but I don't like it. But is it an improvement on the? Is it an improvement on the boxes? Because I kind of need a. I suppose I could stack my stacky boxes there, but I need to make my stacky boxes prettier. But the point of having my stacky boxes is that they're clear and I can see everything in them. I don't want to cover them up. So perhaps I could just make some really gorgeous signs from my vinyl, but that will be a whole project. I'd have to do that with you guys as company on the live, because I just couldn't. I can't take time out just to do labels. Who's ringing me? I forgot to. I don't know. I haven't worked out how to turn off the. I'm glad I'm streaming and someone's ringing. I just can't take a whole day just to label my boxes, but I kind of feel like the benefit to labeling my boxes would be big. Peter from Australia. Didn't you say New Zealand the other day? No, Australia. Okay, cool. Lovely to see you. Guys, if you haven't met Peter, he makes videos about nature and also the health benefits of certain foods and ingredients, specifically the videos I've seen lately. I'm not forcing any of you to network and connect with each other's channels, but everyone here I've known for a little while now, and I really love the variety of channels and love everything that you guys have got. It's a shame I'm not on the computer to do the little showcase of what you guys will have on your channels. James says, stack the boxes in a Tetris design. Oh, that would drive me nuts. Tipping them upside down and everything would then fall on a different thing. Good idea. It would look, but the non-stacky ones. So yeah, and paint them. Because should we see? Should we do the unveiling? So we have just piles of boxes, baskets that have small boxes in for my eBay stuff. I'm trying to. I still have to send some things in boxes because I'm selling old toys, my daughter's old toys and stuff, and they just need things. Myra and James are definitely already connected because you guys were how I met in the shows Victoria's Adventures in Reselling. Pretty sure that's how I met Amy. If not Amy, sorry. Amy, I can't think whether I met you through bees, Castle Hives. Amy, I'm interested in your way of living, and at some point I will get over to discovering a bit more about how it really is and how life actually, it's just a slow thing, because it's really kind of not underground over here, but we don't sort of hear about it so much. But I've seen so many channels with similar names, or the other way of, RV living and so on. So there's a whole lot of, I just love that kind of way of living, but it wouldn't be for me just yet. Sort of little bits of it, I think, to start with. So James introducing himself, from California, Michigan. James, I did a bit of blonde highlighting over yesterday. It was hilarious because I put this cap on and it was like a home kit, and it most likely Castle Hives, yeah, and the Amy's from New York. Oh, really? Ah, I see. So I did a little home dye kit, and because I've got dark roots and blonde, tail ends, tail tips, it was kind of like, is it going to work? Is it going to work? Yeah, Peter, this is my craft creative room. So I have a different box for every kind of craft, and this is the actual good side of the craft room. That particular wall there. Each little box can hold like 5 reams of A4 paper. It's kind of the size of it, so you can get an idea. And one's got like envelopes, one has got cards, one has got empty card blanks. We've got gift tags, one's got rubber stamps for stamping. We've got bows, ribbons, gift bags, tissue paper. Each one's a different box. So yeah, I did the blonde, and it looked a bit orange at one point. I was like, I need to kind of rinse a bit out and see what they do in the salons. I can kind of normally only go to a salon, you see, and I kind of thought, yeah, this could go wrong. It could be terrible because once you've highlighted, you can't re-highlight the bits you've highlighted. That you've got to find them again. So I didn't want to take the cap off first, and then they're going blonder and blonder, and I was just like, no, I normally have bleach white highlights going through. You know, it's a really light colour, and luckily it was fine. The yellow. I left it on my hair longer, and I went about 5 minutes over the developing time that they said, but it was fine. It was fine. So I haven't got this complete wash of bleach blonde hair. It's got a few tiny little strands, so you can't really tell. But at least it's kind of given me. I've used the kit, got to know it. I know it's fine. I can do it again. Even with long hair, it still worked okay. Because it could have been a big. I have got a voicemail now. That's fine then, isn't it? I can get back to them instead of having a big tangly mess. How is everybody? Comment with an emoji. I don't mind emojis today. How you guys are doing? Castle Hives, go and check them out, guys. Brian tends to work quite a lot, so he's not always able to tune in to the lives, but he has been quite often, and he's a really great YouTube networker. He's a workhorse. He really puts lots of content on about beehive keeping, and he's a nice networker. But you guys are all great. You guys are all brilliant networkers. You've all got different goals, different things going with your channels. So go and check each other's channel out. But don't force the other person to subscribe back, because that's not cool. I know you guys wouldn't do that. Not you guys who are commenting anyway. I know. It's like travelling. I lived abroad, and for a year of uni doing a French and Spanish degree. And part of that was like, I lived in a shared flat the second place in Granada in Spain. And it was just brilliant, just the kind of the people you met travelling through. We had people keeping on our sofa for a day or two. We had 2 Italian brothers stay. They were funny. They were like Super Mario. Oh my God, Chicho and they were so funny. They were brilliant. They were giving everybody massages, and they were hilarious. And we had people from the States living there, Amsterdam, Belgium. But then the people you meet as their friends and the parties you have, it's like a real culture hive. And then when you travel to another city and you go and meet people when you're in England, you go to London and you end up talking in different languages because you're like, hey, where are you from? So YouTube is like that kind of replacement for me, because I'm not traveling. I'm getting to meet people and see everybody, and get to know. I'm a bit small. I've put this thing up too high. My chair won't go high. I'm trying to find a tall enough chair, because I've just I didn't want the background to be like wall and then this horrible green. Ideally, I just want to be able to have 2 hooks or 4 hooks at the top of this green screen, because there kind of is room for those big tall stands, but they need to be 2 meters tall to capture the top. Do you see what I mean? Because really, the way the camera sits, if it was at eye height, yeah, the camera's at eye height how I'm sitting now, but when I'm in my chair, eye height is like there. I'm going to take one of these down. You're going to see another one of my boxes. It's a jewellery box, just in case. I haven't started selling this kind of thing yet, but I should put it back on top. Let's get through these comments, guys. Naveen is back. Hello. Oh, I bet you're happy now. I'm finally doing a real live where you can talk to me in person properly with everybody. Naveen is from India. So Cali Picker, James, many hats, reseller, private investigator, hiking, amputee, philosopher, and BSers. Can you explain that, James? I feel it's organised, Peter. It's just a case of, because I do so much different things in here, my eBay packing, my eBay listing, streaming, organising. I've got some stuff to organise to put into bags and my daughter's clothes and things. And yeah, it takes a bit of time to organise. because my daughter comes in and she starts moving everything, laying it all out. She's currently got this phase where she just takes everything and lays it in the middle of the landing in all the walkways. Like if I've got lots of plastic tubs for packaging, she'll take them all out and just put them in, and then she'll put little Easter eggs in all of them, and it's so cute. But bless her. So it's just an ongoing, got to keep it always tidy. The regrowth of bleach, yeah, so I'm not going to have hardly any regrowth because you can't even see it here, and I did such fine bits, but I didn't want to go all over. But James, you'll be all right. Just go and vroom, just shave it again, I guess. It's just a tricky one, isn't it? And I'm good, thank you. Oops, where are we? So Naveen from India, I'm good, thank you very much. How are you doing? How was your day? I did go for my bike ride yesterday. I put my GoPro camera on, which was really great. And oh, I used to be a hairdresser. cool. Yeah, so I used this home highlight kit with the cap, and I thought, well, I know how to do the foils because I've watched them do it so many times, and I feel like I can just. But this home dye kit was like, they said, well, don't use a home dye kit if it's not foil. If it doesn't mention you can use it with metal, and they said remove all jewelry, and I thought, right, I'll just try and hope for the best that the bits are positioned in the right place and stuff, and it hardly looks like I've done it, especially now it's up. But I guess that's the point. I've used the kit, I've scratched that itch, and I feel a tiny bit better because the rest of the hair is blonder again. It's that brighter colour blonde. How lovely that you're a hairdresser. Why did you change? Can't remember where in the same boat bit was for. Sorry. Amy, looking forward to visiting your channel. Maybe in the same boat with YouTube channels. Grace, maybe. Amy, I'm looking forward to visiting your channels. I will do that when I have time. Exactly. I kind of have my watching time when I'm doing my makeup, getting my daughter's breakfast, when we're getting ready for the day. I do my watching, and then later on, I do the my content kind of bits. Granada, Spain was a brilliant place to live. It was really, really lovely. Thanks, James, for popping your link in. That's fine. For today, the what's it called? What was I saying? Granada is in the south of Spain, so it's really close to parts of the Moorish culture down, from Africa. So it's and the sort of, there's a big Arab influence. So it has the beautiful Alhambra, and there's a lot of Moroccan tea rooms and different places. So it's a really nice, but it's like a real kind of traditional town. Very hilly. There's orange trees in the streets, and the massive Sierra Nevada mountains in the background. When I arrived, I was so overwhelmed. I was standing in this square, the central square, and I could not believe the size of the huge mountains behind me. Absolutely insane. It was, and then I had a flat later on. A few weeks later, found a flat with the backdrop of the Sierra Nevada mountains as my view. Oh my god, it was a wonderful, wonderful time, and something you can kind of only do if you're a student. You can't revisit things in the same way when you're older or when you've got children, but maybe I can if I get myself a camper van. But we're not there yet. So Amy, putting into practice the law of attraction and the positive vibes. I'm definitely going to do some videos on that myself, actually sharing experiences and having others to talk about their stories. I know they're separate sort of entities in a way, but the theme is central. The positive vibes of, it'll be really fantastic to find the best, the easiest way for me to travel with a camper van or a van of some sort that's easily customizable or already done. I welcome that into my life, and I look forward to seeing what the future holds. That's what I'm going to do, put the vibes out there. Because guys, I've had 5 or 6 occurrences recently in the last 2 weeks alone where I've put vibes out there and said, oh, it would be nice if, and things have happened. I'll save that for a future video. And I lived in Aix-en-Provence, France, which was equally wonderful, but in a different way. Cali Picker? The Cali Picker. Type that in. And well, I did wonder, James, but I didn't. I kind of thought it may be like Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of something, because you put philosopher / I kind of thought you linked the two together, which equally you could have done. Let me see. eBay is a profitable venture. It is. It takes a bit of learning, and it's always evolving, because I did it when I, like 10, 15 years ago for certain bits, and then it changed, so I kind of stopped. And I'll come back to it. Enjoy your breakfast, Myra. This is the thing I worry about, missing some of the comments, and then, if I don't read the comments enough, I feel bad that I've missed Myra. She's gone off to have some breakfast. But lovely, if you come back to see us, I probably will still be here. My daughter's going to have a nap, but she can stay up till about 2. It's 1:25 here now. She's having time with her daddy, but they can only handle so much time together before she just kind of gets fed up and wants to come and see mummy. So it can be profitable. Yeah. Thank you, Emma. At least you said bye to Myra while I was still chatting. Morning mode. Australia night 10:30. Yeah, it's great though, having the whole world of time changes, and we're kind of, people are always around. It's like Twitter. Twitter used to be quite lonely if you woke up in the middle of the night, because there'd be no one to talk to. Whereas if we're in the same world together in the YouTube world, there's people to talk to day and night, almost. 8:20 in the morning. 5 hours. Is that right? Yeah, 5 hours. Okay, Eastern time zone. I need a chart that shows a picture of all the places. I said about that map of who lives where. I need a chart so I can visually see, right, you guys are about there, so you're about 5, you're about 4. Just because it makes more sense for me, I can kind of go, bang, right, I can get where you guys are. I'm a very accurate kind of person. Amy, I'm in Peterborough, England, for my sins. Peterborough is kind of like a trashy town. It's a bit scruffy old and a bit rough around the edges, but has a lot going for it. There's been a lot put into it in terms of money, development, because it's like 35 to 40 minutes. No, maybe I'm talking rubbish. It's under an hour on the fast train to London. So people come straight down. People live in our area. There's a lot of housing redevelopment, and they travel on the train to London. So within an hour you can be in the city, and then another half an hour on the tubes, etc., to get to wherever anyone wants to go. So it's really, really easy. So England is England. It's my home. At the moment, I'm pleased I'm here rather than anywhere else right now. But I don't really think Britain's handled the COVID thing as well as they could have. They're only just putting now masks as compulsory into the shops, I think, because they didn't have enough to make it compulsory sooner. Too late, too little, too little, too late. But let's not head into that. Okay, RV Weekends, hello. I'm so sorry I missed you to welcome you in 4 minutes ago. So hopefully you're still here for me to greet you. RV Weekends. I'm not 100% sure if I remember your channel, but let me screenshot this so I can remember to make sure I do come back to you guys. So lovely to meet you. If I have, I'm sorry. I probably subscribed to your channel to come back to it and watch it later. And if I haven't seen a new upload at the right time of day, I've not clicked on it. But sometimes my channel settings, I found that I need to unsubscribe and resubscribe for it to notify. So if you see me subscribe when I wasn't, it could be because I was really, but it didn't click. Good morning. Some networking. So you're packing up, and today is move day. So do you just move from place to place then, RV? Is that what you're saying? You rock up somewhere, and where do you stay? In caravan parks? And in the US, obviously, if that's where you're from, you've got these beautiful Black Hills places where you can pull up and sleep in the woods with your van, your RV. How big are these things as well? I really, really want to come and have a proper look. What I'm guilty of is looking at the most recent videos that people have put on, and if they're doing lots of live streams, I don't look at the, so they're kind of connecting ones. I don't look at the nitty gritty of the channel, so I kind of need to go and do some exploring of the key videos that make the identity of the channels, because I would love to see everyone's RVs and see how it is for them, how they live, how they set up their evening setup when they're out having dinner, sat outside enjoying nature. Positive begets. So have a good move day though, RV Weekends. Positive begets positive. Putting positive vibes out there for you. Yay to positive. Thank you. yeah, I've just realised I've just got to pick yourself up sometimes when things are a bit tough. I've just got to dig deep into my personal development days and focus on the good stuff and pick myself up, basically. Because although I was burnt out a few months ago, a few years ago, I didn't want to go for all that personal development, positive stuff. It was a lot of my brain. It was a lot of brain work. I think I need to tap into that again now. My brain is empty again for me to kind of go, right, positive energy, push yourself a bit further than you have done because you're a bit more capable again. You've healed, you've recovered a little bit. I'm going to see my sister tomorrow, meet her and her brother. I don't know what the picture is. It's a bit blurry. It's either cupcakes for us all tomorrow or her new boyfriend sent us some flowers. I don't know. Let's see what else. Shall I whiz through the comments and stop talking? Lovely to see someone in here. It's lovely. It's a nice buzz to have a good little chat vibe going on. We broke it up in 2 days instead of our usual 1 day, so I can get a break. Pray this makes it easier. Are you then vlogging that so I can get a bit into how that works for you and what you mean moving? So if you're at one site, I guess you've branched out from just having your vehicle. You've made sure that you make availability of the space around you for your laundry, for different areas to chill out, I suppose, areas to eat, areas to have leisure and play and sit and read. I don't know. So does it take longer just to pack everything away into a movable state so you can travel and or have I completely lost the track there? Because if you're going to put it away in cupboards and boxes. This will be a 2-week location. Go back to a normal place. I'm not jealous. I'm so like, it would be lovely to do that. Thank you very much for my accent. I often listen back to myself and I think, I don't like my speaking voice at all. And a lot of the times I listen back and I'm like, my voice is so posh, but it isn't. It isn't at all. I just got a text from a friend of mine, one of my best friends. Okay, I always like to push myself to reply straight away now, rather than delay it. It's again part of my recovery that I had postnatal stress and burnout and a bit of low mood, they said, which obviously was lower than normal, but I'm always quite chirpy, so it was very exhausting. So part of my brain process is like I wasn't replying to messages, I was putting it off. So now I'm in that happy place where I can just have a message and reply and not be stressed out if I keep getting lots of replies back from replying straight away. You move around on weekends. I really got to get into you guys' world. Yes, Peter, go to their about section. If it's up to date, like mine isn't quite, but I'm going to do some more networking videos on Mondays, my Monday Mingle Networker sessions, where we have a tutorial where I show some tips that I know stuff about, not that I'm an expert, and help people with a few areas that they may not know about, and other people can chip in their advice and expertise too. So it's like a little mini teach section, and then we look at each other's, we look at a video, I showcase a video from each person who's still in the stream, so we can look at each other's videos and see what it's about that way. So I plan to do a little bit of a showcase on sections like playlist organization and the about section, and while I do mine at the same time, while I update all of mine because they all need updating. Kevin, hello, welcome. Kevin Adamus is from the Philippines. I'm right, is that right, Kevin? You are very well networked in the Western world though, so you have a nice vibe to your networking. So Kevin's as bubbly as his profile suggests in his picture there. Shout out in Kevin's sense means anyone who wants to connect, Kevin will connect with them. All right, Kevin, I think that's how you network, but you're still a positive person anyway. Kevin, lovely to see you. Thank you. How are you doing? So I've caught up with the comments. Great, thumbs up. Thank you guys. Don't forget to put your thumbs up on the video. I have always got one person who thumbs down, so yay, sending positive vibes to the thumbs down person, whoever you are. It's all analytics, it's all good for my vibe, so thank you. And you put the bell. Thank you very much. Bless you, appreciate that. If obviously I don't mind you turning off at some point if my lives get a bit boring. Sometimes I do rescreens where I replay a big chunk of my videos. It helps people to see the whole chunk of a part of my life in one group section. So at some point I'll be screening Annabelle's adventures and my travel adventures, or the gardening bits. But when I have a big enough bundle of each one, my channel's wide, because I am that kind of person. I am that kind of, can you tell? I am that kind of scatterbrain person where I was going to tidy, wasn't I, while I talk to you guys, but it's been great because you've all kept me good company. But I have that vibe where I just kind of I get bored easily, so I like to be able, well, not easily, but I like to flick from thing to thing. So I'm going to put the camera angle down a little bit. I'm going to get that cringe moment where the camera just goes, it just flops. Thanks, James. Soothing. Well, happy to help. Happy to be that soothing part of your life that gets you chilling out. I have a lovely microphone that I haven't plugged in. I forgot to plug it in because I just haven't. Oh no, it won't plug in because it's my iPad. So I bet there's a way. But I think a lot of us just do raw video stuff on our channels at the moment, don't we? We don't make it all fancy. James, one of the things we were talking about voices and speaking was because I talk at quite a fast pace, quite an excited tone. I do often wonder how that could be the case if my voice is soothing, because I'm talking quite fast and I'm changing subject and that kind of thing. So I do find it quite funny. But then I don't watch back with that kind of viewpoint, with that kind of I don't know. So what am I doing? I've got all this stuff here. I really need a big cushion to sit on because I am just shrinking. You know, when you're like a little child in a big in big school chair, you just feel like you're yeah, you just feel like you're too little. Have this big kitchen worktop turned into a desk, which is great, but I tend to fill it all the time. And this is where I kind of do my packing for storage and stuff. So I've got this teaching book. I'd like to give it to my cousin for Christmas. I struggle to know what to give her a lot of the time, and because I don't always have a lot of funds, because I'm not working much, and I'm not at the moment, I haven't got any client work because I've stopped teaching at the moment. So anything I can save money on as presents, the better. So we're now in July. Christmas isn't too far away, so I need to store this, and I'm going to keep it protected in a bag. That's just, but this one's too small. Okay, so I don't know if you guys use these bags for. James has seen these bags because we did a conversation about unpacking, didn't we? Peter says YouTube is amazing. Like, I have 47 videos, only one has more than 100,000 views. It's what people like, I think. It is. That's the thing. I at the moment, it might sound a bit crazy or a bit rude, but I refuse to live in a prescriptive way. I don't know. At the moment, I just need to live in a low stress business life. You know, I need to be building something for my future. I need to be expressing myself in a creative business building kind of way. But I just don't feel in the headspace for having clients. So at the moment, the YouTube and other marketing things I'm doing just have. He hasn't brought the sellotape back up. I hate it when he does that. I've got two. I have to use this little rickety old one. But two dispensers. They both ran out at the same time, and he's in a rush. I bought an extra dispenser because I knew, this is my partner, because I knew that I would want to. I'm going to fold this. I never take my bags up. I'm going to fold this because I want it to be nice and neat for my OCD. No, where was I? I was explaining about stress. So my YouTube channel. Yeah, so I don't want to be bogged down by the stress of my YouTube channel having to be perfect and everything in every way. And I did do a video, a 4-minute video, Peter, you've seen that one, where I said, no more, that's it, I've had enough. I'm not waiting till I've got a full face of makeup before I put my videos out there. Although through the lockdown, I mentioned before, I managed to do more videos with less makeup on than I ever have because of lockdown. You don't go to the effort, but my skin's actually got better anyway. So all I need to do is sponge on a bit of foundation, eyebrows, eyelash, eyeshadow. James, this is where I don't get very good at pronouncing things because I'm going too fast. Mascara and a bit of blusher and lippy. So therefore, it gives me it's actually really quick to do some makeup and get on camera now. So the stress is, so it's kind of, I committed to chilling out, not being pressured to do amazing videos on lots of, keeping my channel fixed. It's my nattering channel. Nattering meaning to chatter, to talk, to just let out things how they come. So Natasha Natters is my channel for me to express what I want, which in business you shouldn't ever have that view. But, Peter says YouTube is whatever people want. People will come and take whatever they want from your channel. So I've managed to have a lovely few months where I've had that attitude, and it's been really nice for me. It's been a lovely place with you guys on my feed, on my chat feed, on my live streams. So it's really actually nice to be able to be myself and get some acceptance. You guys are still watching, you're here. That means that, you can tolerate my ways. You're accepting of the wide range of stuff on my channel. You're not judgmental. So I love you guys. Getting all sentimental. James says, but well done, Peter, well done. Sorry, this is where my brain is. I'm like, next thing, Peter, well done on that channel, that video, 100,000 views. It's amazing when things like that happen. And just get out there, don't worry about the figures, just get out there, putting videos out there. We'll do some SEO kind of video title sessions on my live streams at some point, so everyone can see some tips on how to do that as well, so people can get more views maybe later on by changing the titles and data on low performing videos and reuse that old content, because it's so hard getting content on there. James says I pronounce each word, and he's noticed in the US people truncate words. Maybe that's the reason I enjoy your voice. So that's interesting, isn't it? There are songs that I listen to and I appreciate the enunciation and the diction that certain singers have, because people do merge words into each other. I was going to say apocopape, but I'm not 100% sure if that's the right meaning in that sense. I think it could be just casual apocopation. Apocopation in languages is where no, it's gone actually. I don't want to say because I'm not 100% accurate. It's where words are shortened and it's not abbreviation. It's not where you put the comma in, the exclamation apostrophe in. See what I mean? That's why I'm not ready for the business world. Kevin and Amy saying hello. Chickens. YouTube can send you stir crazy. Anything can, can't it? If you put pressure on yourself with all the obligations of the world and you think, oh, I've got to do this, I could do a million lives on business pressure and all the lessons I've learned, but that's for another day. You've stepped away for a bit to take care of the chickens. That's okay, no worries. Chickens. My friend's just got some chickens. Annabelle, my daughter, she likes the Peppa Pig story where they have the Easter egg hunt and they go and look at the chickens afterwards and they've got names. And my daughter's like, she started knowing the names of the chickens and I was like, that's brilliant because I don't know all the names and little things that kids take note of. But yeah, fresh eggs. But you eat chickens as well, I guess, don't you? So because of your homestead life. My mum grew up on a farm with chickens as pets, but she still eats chickens, and I'm sure I don't think she had to cull them or anything, but I think she grew up on a farm, so she knows the ins and outs. So Katina's in the house. Hello guys, if you want a happy place to escape to, subscribe to Katina. She's monetized already, but she always appreciates new visitors, and it's really lovely to have as a friend in the YouTube world. She does karaoke's or should I not say to karaoke's, but she does performances to top karaoke ballads and songs, and it's great fun. I laugh, I sing, I enjoy watching the channel, and also Facebook. She's on Facebook too. So it's great to have you here, Katina. Thank you. Last week I was singing along to Hero by Mariah Carey, and it just takes you back. Music takes you back to certain times of life. Lovely, Peter. Thank you. You like our ways and you support me. So grateful. Thank you. And I think sometimes with YouTube you do need to put a little bit in to get a bit back. You kind of start slowly. If you're too kind of not present, it's hard to build those friendships because people forget. So we will have to have, you know, if we are trying to grow, trying to do a bit of consistency, but with a no pressure approach. I think a little bit is better than nothing. So thanks Katina, thank you, appreciate it. Would like to see the SEO live. Yeah, it's kind of I mean, initially the SEO thing is so that, you know, we all put videos out there with a title, but when that first goes out, it goes to our subscribers. So therefore, the better way to name those videos would be something that appeals to us and our fans. So, look what I got for Christmas this morning might be a good fun title for our fans, but we might want to rename it later to Xbox 360 unboxing silver edition brat box game. I don't even know what I'm talking about, you know. So later on, anyone who's searching might not search for Christmas present unboxing, but they might search for Xbox unboxing, or Xbox review and things like that, so you can get old content reviewed, you know, viewed again by new people. But there's a few other strategies, but again, it's open to discussion from anyone else who's got different ideas. But and there's a few ways with the tags of doing a tag tree. They're different schools of thought, but until you've really tested them, you don't know if they work, and if you don't try. But they are just tiny things that give you that 80-20, for the 20% effort it takes to just change your titles on every video that's not got many views from the past. Don't change the ones that are top performing though. But if you did 20% of your time working on those little tiny things, you can get 80% boost and growth to your channel, from just a small bit of input. The 80-20 rule has its own merits and its own live stream coming, I think. You understand, like a bunch of nothing. Oh, I'm lost. I'm talking too fast. I missed what that was about, James. Myra did 3 unboxings yesterday. You may not post for a week. Have you uploaded them already and then you're going to drop them? I tend not to have much uploaded content in advance, like never. I just have too much. I just have to get it up quick because I just kind of want to dilute my live streams a little bit with some off the cuff content. You know, I like to mix my YouTube channel with short videos. People can just tune in and watch a bit to help me out if they want to show that they're watching and they're around. But the best way to get to know somebody is their live streams, isn't it, a lot of the time? Are your grands going to visit this weekend? Oh, good question. Good question. So they're here from, so oh, that's nice. That's good. When you make SEO uploads will help as my titles and descriptions all up. Bless you. I'm actually part of some trainings going on as a just a normal viewer. I've been able, because my other languages channel is over 10,000 subscribers, I've got access to some UK trainings. So each week it's on a different theme. Last week it was on lighting, different ways to do some lighting at home. Before that it was general production at home when you're on lockdown. Before that it was some fancy After Effects stuff, which was way too techie for me at the moment. But there's one coming up on thumbnails, so I'll be able to share a few tips from the thumbnails training right from YouTube Space in London. And these guys are brilliant, so knowledgeable. I think I probably can ask them a few questions about their views on those. And also, there's a few kind of mistakes you can kind of go down because you copy other people, but it doesn't mean that what beginners do is right to copy, because not everyone really knows. And what's good for beginners in a small YouTube channel isn't always right for the big guys in YouTube channels. So there's, you know, initially you're trying to get monetized, but later you're trying to get money, views. What are your other goals? Are you trying to get affiliate income in and so on? A full house is fun. Yeah. I forgot apocompation. I forget what the word is as well. The using of an apostrophe. It could be apocompation. I'll put it in the chat. Apocompation. It's not in here. Apocapation. And when you apocapate, I used it in Spanish grammar, using of the apostrophe. Okay. So, okay, that makes more sense. This is the thing with learning foreign languages. You need to understand the English language first. And many of us weren't equipped with that, especially in the later years. I was born in the 80s, and English grammar was not quite so Oxfordian, Oxford Dictionary kind of thing. So, it was a bit different. I don't know where I'm going to put this book, but it's the only piece of work I've done. Collins Dictionary will tell you, yes, mine was in a Spanish grammar book, which was so dull and boring. I literally highlighted the whole thing because it was like, paragraph after paragraph, no pictures, no visuals, just like, ugh. So I really struggled. I tried to dictate stuff into my dictaphone and make it stick, and some of those little bits. My brain is more the confidence of speaking, teaching people to learn a language, to get chatting, to read the cues, to train your brain to function better when you're panicking and stressing. So my language areas are not so much the grammar, but I have to teach the grammar so people know what's what, and have to kind of force people to learn the grammar so they can learn to speak on their own, not learn parrot fashion and copy phrases and then wonder why things don't make sense later because you can't copy every phrase and interchange everything. 7 in the house, how lovely. Not at your house, but just down the street. Yep. I think thumbnails should be in your face. It's hard with thumbnails, isn't it? Your subject matter, animals, food, healthy eating, that kind of thing is way easier because you can take a brilliant photo and that will really help. But a lot of my stuff, I'm not thinking about the thumbnail when I'm filming. I'm just not at that headspace, but I'm trying to learn to have a list of things to do when I film, but I'm just not in that space of my life where I can plan a shooting day and have my script and what I want to talk about and do my proper talking head tutorial kind of videos. At the moment, this is the kind of best I can get, where I'm here. I've picked a few things I'm going to talk about. Today is just chitter chatter chotter, but that isn't even a thing. chatter chatter. Today's just, in fact, I haven't got long before I'm going to get off. My daughter, I'm going to take my daughter. We're going to stay at my parents' house. Anyway, so it's I've got lots of things to plan for and get sorted. So I need to get my daughter sleeping, but she'll be all right for a few minutes. I think I will round this off though, guys. I can talk forever and I can keep it going for another few hours, but it's nice to be able to come on and connect when I've got lots of jobs. All these jobs can wait. I've just got to sort a present for my dad. It's his birthday on Monday. Oh, and the cards. Yeah, kind of left that a bit late. The days kind of go so fast. I've got one for my daughter that I can make. It's the granddad one. And then I will have to make the dad one myself before we go. Yeah, quite a bit to do there. And the gift I was making, I've got some there's tightness in my tummy, but I don't know if it's because I've been slouched down. I don't think it's anxiety. Apocopation. It probably should have been not apocapation. Apocope. I think it should be apocopation. I haven't got any English dictionaries here. My phone might show it. Poetic alliteration of words. Come again? This is why I like James, because he's full of smart wisdom and he's very wise and there's lots of knowledge there. If you watch James's shows, it comes out clearly. You just never know who you meet. There's lots of, people are fascinating and it's great. British language different to American. For example, in that sentence, you said different than. We would say different to American. And largely, when I've tutored to help out some people learning English, they're programmed with the American side, and you have to be aware of the American side of the language as well as the English to not correct people in the wrong way. Okay, Peter. Good night. Good night. Get yourself some rest and some good sleep. thank you very much for joining me with my subscribing, hitting the bell so you get my notification. But I knew you were subscribed. Yeah, thank you. Best wishes to you too. Take care. Have a healthy, happy weekend, and see you soon. Oh, for your husband, is it his birthday? I guess that's why you'd wrap presents for your husband. Are we going to see in the video what you got? I saw your video about the Christmas cards in July. That you bought some say I love stationery. What a lovely idea to send this guy who's got his tree up a Christmas card. Amy, thank you so much. Lovely to see you. God bless you too. Bless you. Thank you. And take care, and I'll see you soon. My nose. I've got a stuffy nose. It could be hay fever. Who knows? Yeah, what have you guys got planned? We'll just go for another few minutes and then we shall chill. Are you baking him a cake, or is the presents enough? Because sometimes presents are a lot, aren't they? There's a lot to do with presents. I like baking cakes, but nobody's eating them at the moment. We've got one diabetic, we've got one gluten-free, wheat-free, dairy-free, milk-free, yeast-free, sorry. And I want a diet. So I've lost a bit, but we had Chinese takeaway after the bike ride last night, so I put them back on, which is annoying. But I guess if you want to have cake and eat it, that's how it goes. Better to be losing weight on aggregate than still keeping the weight or putting it on. So I'd rather be in the up-down phase at the moment. Hope he has a lovely birthday. Hope you have a nice birthday celebration together. It's my dad's Monday. It's my friend's on Tuesday. It's my friend's daughter a week after that. My sister's birthday a week the other weekend. It's just been my granddad's, and then it's all just a bit and then Father's Day. There are some amazing gluten-free, dairy-free chocolate cakes out there. I sampled one the other day. Oh, yummy, yummy. Ruri's back. Ruri, it's late again for you, isn't it? But not so late. So you're midnight at the moment in Singapore. Lovely to see you again. How are you doing? I'm heading off in a minute though. After 55 minutes I'll head off because I've got to get my daughter to sleep. 2 o'clock's not a bad time for her nap. If you look back at my vlog yesterday, guys, my 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 on Friday, Annabelle came to say hello. She just waltzed in and went, hello. I've never had her do that on a live stream before. She just kind of like woken up grumpy. 9 p.m. Oh, that's better. Oh, it was about 6, wasn't it? I was 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock when I was streaming. So, yeah, that makes sense. Myra, I want chocolate cake now. All I can think about is juicy, yummy chocolate cake. Guys, best recipe I can give you, not for gluten-free or anything, but it's a butter-free cake recipe. Go and search for, she's got a massive channel, so she doesn't need any support, but her channel is called Jenny Can Cook. Jenny with a Y. Jenny Can, I'm fiddling, I shouldn't be. Jenny Can Cook, and it's 1 pot chocolate cake or something, but you literally just mix it all in and then pour it straight into the pan, and you can even use the icing in the same pan. It's the best chocolate cake I've ever made. That was my lockdown triumph. RVWeekends, welcome back. Your husband cooked breakfast. Of course you went to eat. Of course you did. Yeah, good girl. Exactly. Who wouldn't? What's the breakfast like where you guys are? Over here, a cooked breakfast would be sausage, egg, beans, bacon, hash browns, toast, mushrooms. I went to the States a few years back, 5 years ago. I went 5 years ago. And I tried the pancakes with the syrup. Oh my god, I can't eat a whole stack. Seriously, massive portions. I think I had bacon at some point as well with them. Very, very different. Very different. Eggs and bacon. How are they cooked then? So fried bacon, like crispy rashers. Is that right? Because they're cooked on a plate, a hot plate. Is that right? But in an RV, it's however you do it, isn't it? It's however... whether you scramble them. One thing I tried the other day, what was it? It was scrambled egg. I sauteed mushrooms in their own water. I put them in a pan no water at all. I just kept stirring, and they sort of sweat out the water. I'm sure there was something else I added to it. I had eggs, sauteed mushrooms. I don't know. Just kind of trying to eat healthier breakfast or more interesting breakfast to fill me up with more nutrients, as opposed to having oats and milk. Oh dear, I think I need a nap too. Or cereal, crispy bacon and scrambled eggs. Okie dokie. Nice, nice. I had Chinese leftovers for lunch today. I didn't even want to have takeaway from anywhere with all this COVID stuff, but I kind of was really keen to eat Chinese because it was there, so I did eat it. There's been a few things about farms in England. One of the farms had 278 employees with COVID, and they all lived in the same caravans, and they're all packing in the same farm, and it's like, oh god, I don't want to eat any vegetables now. I've got to boil the kettle and pour it over first and then scrub them clean, and it's been a bit, I can't help how my brain thinks. There was one lovely recipe I got from some friends who lived in France, and it was flat pancakes, like French crepe, or even the English version. Obviously it's hard to do the French ones, with bacon on top, well, with jam, so the crepe with jam on, and then the crispy bacon on top, wrapped up, or however you want. They were really nice. They were a nice little treat. Of course, jam over, I need to move the right way. Of course, jam, to those of you, is preserve jelly. You guys call it jelly, don't you? Jelly, jello, peanut butter and jello, whatever comes in a jar that's made from sugar or pectin and fruit, and you spread it on your toast or your croissant. So yeah. We have to saute mushrooms, peppers, onions. Oh yeah, that I would definitely go for that. And I could do it in a dump bag the night before, and then just chuck it straight in the pan, and then put the egg into that once it's fried. Yeah, much better than an omelette. I don't have the stomach to have a big omelette. My tummy kind of goes a bit mushy by that point, and I'm just like, no, I've had enough. But sauteed mushrooms, peppers, onions. I can put some chives in, I've got in my garden, and then scramble eggs into that. Yeah, great. Because you don't need the fat so much. You just need to keep the pan moving enough to just get that final bit of moisture out. So, have a little deep breath and chill out. I've gone over my 55 minutes. It doesn't really matter. I just kind of need to tidy up some space so I can make my dad's birthday things. I had something else on my to-do list. I don't really have the headspace at the moment to stay on my to-do lists, to even look at them, to be fair. But that's how it goes. I have a positive quote for you, just because it was on my desk with some greetings card I found. Set your goals high and don't stop until you get there. There you go. For me, I'm anti-goals right now because I get too stressy. But enjoy. Thank you so much. We are going to close in a minute anyway, so I think it'd be a good note to finish on. Thank you so much. Very grateful. Don't forget the thumbs up button on your way out, guys. That would be lovely. Safe journey, and I look forward to seeing a bit more about like where you go, what you do, and how your setup is. So take care. Thank you for coming, and you're very welcome. Bye, everybody. See you soon in the next live, and I really appreciate your support. Take care. Bye.